and welcome back to another top 10 video, in which today we are carrying on our theme from last time, which is where we looked at Injustice 2 and my hopefuls for that. And now we're doing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but actually for this game we're going to be doing two different top 10s. As you can see by the title of this one, this is going to be characters who have previously been in the franchise, and who I would like to see popping back up. The second video coming out next week, or in like a few days because I'm late with my recordings, will be original characters that I would love to see popping into the game. So, disclaimer, we are going to be doing 5, this is technically 2 top 5s as a top 10, because actually we're going to do top 5 on Marvel side, followed by the top 5 on the Capcom side, and yeah, we're going to probably do the same format for the next video as well, just to let you know. And yeah, so without any further ado, let's dive into number 5. Number 5. Gambit is my number 5 choice on the Marvel side. He has appeared in the first 2 Marvel games, and XMen vs Street Fighter, if you want to count that as one. I'm mainly focusing this on characters who've been in what is official Marvel vs Capcom, but as that is technically part of the Marvel vs Capcom saga, he was in that too. But yeah, he didn't appear in 3, and I know at least some people were reasonably sad about that. And I like Gambit. Gambit's a pretty cool dude. He's got a big stick and he can shoot kinetically charged playing cards and stuff. And obviously he works because he's been in it before. I can't really use that argument for these characters returning, can I? Because they've all been in it before, so clearly they do all the work. But yeah, Gambit is a good character. He may or may not be getting a movie. I don't think that movie's still a thing. He was going to be played by Channing Tatum. I'm kind of glad that wasn't a thing, because Channing Tatum doesn't look like Gambit. In fact, Channing Tatum is just a bad actor. Oh well. Either way, he was in the Wolverine movie, the X-Men Origins Wolverine, as that guy. I actually don't mind the actor who played in that, so that's okay. That was like one of the best bits of that film was Gambit. So yeah. Either way, Gambit is not my highest priority character to return, purely because I really only have played 3. But I still quite like Gambit, so Gambit is my number 5 choice. Number 4. Colossus is my number 4 choice for the Marvel side. He was in the second game. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as a playable character, and he's a cool dude again, like Gambit, another X-Man character. This time he's the one who's the big metal dude, if you can't tell by either the image or you just don't know who he is. He was in the Deadpool movie, he was in X-Men 2 and 3, was he in? He possibly was in Days of Future Past, don't remember, that was a long time ago I saw that movie. It was very good though, so I would recommend it if you haven't seen it. But yeah, he's cool. I like Colossus. He does some punches and stuff. He doesn't really have like projectile attacks, does he? But yeah, he's a cool character that I would love to pop back up for this game, into this Infinite. So he is my numero 4 choice on the Marvel side. Number 3. Venom is my number 3 choice for the Marvel side of this list. He was in the first 2 games, I want to say, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The classic Spider-Man villain, obviously, Venom. Apart from maybe Green Goblin, depends on your preference, but they are... one of those 2 is probably Spider-Man's like main villain. Venom is certainly the cooler of the 2. He is a bad boy, a badass boy, symbiote dude who they butchered in that one movie. That was sad. That was a sad movie. But yeah, Venom in the comics and in the previous games that he appeared in, is cool and awesome, and he's Venom, and they should bring him back, because Spider-Man is a thing in the MCU now. And there's talk of a Venom movie next year, I think Sony are doing that. I like Venom. Everyone likes... Who doesn't like Venom? Who doesn't like Venom? That's the real question, isn't it? Everyone would love it if Venom was back. I mean, they haven't technically announced Spider-Man yet. Spider-Man, spoiler alert, is not going to be on this list. Considering Spider-Man's getting a movie in the MCU, and they seem to be basing it heavily on the MCU, on the Marvel side, considering how Hawkeye has his MCU costume, basically, in the trailer that they showed. And it's an MCU Rocket Raccoon that they showed. So the fact that Spider-Man is in the MCU now brings the possibility of Venom closer, possibly, because technically Venom is a Sony thing, and Sony and Marvel are working together to make a Marvel, Sony, Spider-Man dude. So, I don't know. Maybe it will happen. I'd like it to happen. Venom is my number 3 choice. Number 2. Ghost Rider is my number 2 pick for this list. He appeared in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Apparently he wasn't in the first one. The original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Which I didn't know. But hell, I do now. Yeah, he is my next pick. My second to last. Penultimate pick for this list. On the Marvel side anyway. Because he is awesome. I know he was a bit trashy in the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but there's no reason why they cannot just use the character again and make him not trashy. That would be cool. Do this. I would like it. I mean, he's Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is awesome. I mean, I haven't actually seen the Ghost Rider films with Nicolas Cage, you know, but hell, he's cool. Ghost Rider's cool. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is a show, if you don't know. And he was pretty cool in that. But he looked nice, so sure, do it. Ghost Rider, bring him back, make him not trash. We like Ghost Rider. I'm sure everyone would like a good playable Ghost Rider. So that's why he is my number 2 pick. Number 1. X-23 is my number 1 Marvel choice for this list. X-23 is, honestly, I feel like one of the most possible Marvel characters to appear. Not gonna lie. At least X-Men based Marvel characters wise. Because of her recent appearance in Logan, and let's be honest, that movie was a hit. The Logan movie was good. She was awesome in it, and I know it's my thought process is they're not going to put her in because Wolverine's a thing, and if they're going to pick a Marvel character from the X-Men, they would never choose X-23 over Wolverine. However, I prefer X-23 to Wolverine. I'm going to say it here. She was good in the movie, she was good in the previous game, I liked X-23, I don't know. I just want X-23 back. She's good. She's good. I want it. I want it. Yeah, and she was really good in the movie. The movie was really awesome, and she like hexed some dudes. I'm not gonna spoil that movie. It was really good. If you didn't see Logan, you were foolish. Very, very foolish of you if you did not see it, because it was awesome. Purely because of X-23. Well, not purely because of X-23, but she helped. And yeah, I feel like now that she has become a more popular and well-known character through being in that film, that she is very likely to pop in compared to some of the other characters, like Storm, who hasn't had a proper on-screen appearance for a while, because we don't talk about X-Men Apocalypse, and yeah, characters like that. I don't know, Sentinel, he's like, why do we care about Sentinel at this point? If we're basing it more on the movies, which this seems to be doing in this version of the game, because it had that movie Groot trailer that came out. That's Groot from the movie. I mean, Groot from the comics wore the Nova Corps uniform, so heck, I don't know. I feel like X-23 is likely. I want X-23 to be a thing, and so she is my #1 Marvel pick. Now we come to the brief interlude where we switch over from looking at the Marvel characters and then switch into the Capcom side of the list. So hopefully you enjoyed the list up to this point where I talk about the Marvel characters that I would like to see return. But now hopefully you will also equally enjoy seeing me count down my top 5 Capcom characters. Number 5. Dhalsim is my number 5 pick for Capcom. He was in some games like Marvel vs. Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, but he was also in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as a playable character, and therefore he is most eligible for this list. And I am a big fan of Dhalsim, and out of the characters that I really enjoy playing as in Street Fighter games, he is probably my favourite when it comes to ones that I could choose for this list, because none of the others have been in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. So they will probably be showing up somewhere on the other list. Oro. All seriousness though, I was tempted to give this spot to Dan Hibiki, because I quite like Dan Hibiki too, and I would just love to see them put Dan back in the game, but considering some later picks on my list for the Capcom side, I think Dhalsim is the one that should take the number 5 spot. Dhalsim's cool, he's the fire guy. If you didn't know that, my knowledge of the Capcom side is a little hazy compared to my knowledge of Marvel characters, so, but yeah, he's cool. I mean, he should work, right? I mean, they could just shove, like, Mr. Fantastic in and be like, oh look, we've got Dhalsim and Mr. Fantastic, oh look, they stretch, woo, games, video games, so fun. So do it, bring back Dhalsim, we like Dhalsim. Number 4. Mike Haggar, or simply Haggar, is my number 4 pick for the list. He would be probably the only Final Fight rep in the game, because they don't seem to have any very popular Final Fight characters other than like Cody Guy and Haggar. And considering Haggar has been the only Final Fight character to previously appear in a game, or at least one that I care about, I don't know if there's been others, to be honest, he's the one I chose for this list. He was in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and just Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as a playable dude. And he's the big boy with his pipe and stuff. He beats people with his pipe. He runs in, he spins around a bit. He's cool. I like him. He's a big boy. He was also in that, there was another Capcom game he was in. I can't remember what it was called now. Let me have a quick look while we are discussing this. He was in, Slam Masters. That was his first real game, I believe. I think, at least. Slam Masters was his first game. Saturday Night Slam Masters with Macho Man Mike Haggar. Or whatever his name is. It's like Mike Macho Haggar or something. And yeah, he's just really cool. I love Haggar. He's great. He's a big boy, and he wrecks people. So I think Haggar would be awesome to return for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Number 3. BB Hood, or Baby Bonnie Hood, depending on your preference of acronyms or not acronyms, or Buletta if you're Japanese, is my number 3 pick for this list of my Capcom dudes. Because she is awesome, and I like Buletta, BB Hood. I'm gonna call her BB Hood, because it's easier. Yeah, she's cool. She's from the Darkstalker games, some of them at least. And she was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as a playable character. She's a pretty cool character. She's based on Red Riding Hood, as I'm sure you can guess from the picture. And carries guns and stuff, and she has what is probably the best named move ever, Tears of Grandma. or Memories of Grandma, or whatever it's called. It's something about Grandma, and it's amazing, and she like dunks them in the tear pool, and I want them to bring it back because I like BB Hood. She's good, so there's not really much else of a reason. She's just a character that I enjoy playing as, and yeah, that's it. BB Hood, bring her back.
Number 2.
A Mingo is my number 2 choice for the Capcom side of this list. He appeared first in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I'm not sure if he's even been in any other games, to be completely honest. They literally made the character to have more characters in that game. And what can I say? He's Mr. Big Cactus Boy, and he therefore is real cool. And I like him. And he like stretches and stuff, and he has a Mexican hat and stuff, and he does maracas, and he's just like the coolest character. He makes no sense in any way. He's Cactus Boy. Monsieur Cactus. Monsieur Cactus. And I like him. And I know he's obscure, but I don't think many people would mind if they brought back a Mingo as a playable character in the game. Because he's just so wacky and awesome, and I would love it if they did. And I know it's probably not going to happen, but I would love it to happen. To be honest, what I would really love to happen is for Capcom to just go, you know what, let's just make up some new characters and stick them in the game. I know it probably might piss off people if they actually did reveal that this character was going to be in the game, purely because that some people would probably rather have like characters they like know or care about from their franchises that they like. But for me, a Mingo is one of my hopefuls for the game, so that's why he got my number 2 spot on the Capcom side.
Number 1.
Finally, our number 1 pick is Roll from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and obviously originally Mega Man. I know what everyone is probably thinking. Why on earth do you want Roll in the game? I know everyone who I've told that I'm a huge fan of Roll and want Roll back is thinking the exact same thing because I've told them that. But I don't care. I love Roll. She's great. She's great. She makes no sense to me in this game. She's so bad in her original game. But I still love her, and she's great. And I love playing as her, and she's just so good. There's no reason why they can't put her in the game and just make her more powerful, and then be like, great, there you go. She was in that other Capcom vs. game, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and they gave her a broom, and she could just, like, sweep people. It was great, and I loved it, but she was still, like, worst on tier listings. And yet, she's, like, the person I go to. She's like, oh, you're scrolling through the roster, oh, look, it's Roll. And I just think, oh shit, it's Roll. I actually want to play this character. This is a Capcom character that I see and think, I actually want to play this person. And she's great. She makes no sense to be in the game at all. But, I mean, this seems to be the game for unconventional Mega Man characters. I mean, Mega Man X is already a thing, so why not bring Roll back? I'm sure someone else out there would also like Roll. It's not like I put Servbot on the fucking list, is it? We want Roll. Roll is good. Roll is not as trash as everyone thinks. Or at least she wouldn't be if Capcom actually made her good. And then no one would complain. Maybe they should make her like OP and make her have it re-roll but with Zero's moveset from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And then no one would complain. Either way, I want Roll to reappear in the game. She's good. And so she is my number 1 choice. And that just about wraps up this top 10, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you tune in on Tuesday for the second part of this top 10, in which we count down the top 10 Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite hopefuls that are new to the franchise, that I would love to see, similar to my Injustice 2 video that if you didn't see from last week, you should also go check out because it's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye!